There is never a dull moment with the San Francisco 49ers when it comes to injuries, availability, all of those things. So let's get right into it. Demarcus Robinson, the San Francisco 49ers wide receiver that was signed this offseason, who's had a very strong camp, has been suspended for 3 games for a DUI that occurred in this offseason. The 49ers knew about this potential when they had signed him, and they just knew it was probably coming. It is now official. Kyle Shanahan via KMBR said that he has been suspended for DUI situation that occurred, as I mentioned. And so now the 49ers find themselves in a very peculiar spot because also on KMBR, Kyle Shanahan informed the hosts that Jacob Cowling has also re aggravated his hamstring injury that kept him out for nearly all of training camp. So those are two wide receivers that are down. If week one was to start today, based on having 7 projected wide receivers on the final 53-man roster, they would only have 2 available. Ricky Pearsall, and I am projecting Russell Gage makes the final roster. If that was the case, 7 wide receivers, if week one started today, they would have two wide receivers. So this is becoming a really interesting development for the San Francisco 49ers because they have a final roster to cut next week. They have to get down from a 90-man roster to a 53-man roster, and half their team is injured. And a lot of those injured players are starters. And so, what do they do? Where do they go from here? I don't know. I don't know what the 49ers plan is. Again, because it's unfortunate. It's just an unfortunate situation. I don't even want to assign blame for it. It's like we knew Brandon Ayuk was probably going to start the season on PUP. I think it's still trending that way. We'll see. Um, with Juwan Jennings, I think that was an unforeseen issue with his calf, even though it is a calf injury that has popped up and it bothered him last offseason. I don't think we anticipated him potentially missing week one. Again, there's still time. So Juwan could get back, but as it stands right now, that's not where we're at. He hasn't returned to practice. So and then Jordan Watkins. It was very interesting to see how involved Jordan Watkins had been in training camp, running with the ones constantly, consistently, and I was, just rookie wide receivers typically don't get placed into that scenario with Kyle Shanahan. I can't even speak to last year and Ricky Pearsall as a first round draft pick because Ricky was hurt majority of training camp. So the situation that is playing out was I totally anticipated that the 49ers expected Brandon Ayuk not to be available. They were anticipating and bracing for Demarcus Robinson's 3 game suspension, which is why they were getting so much work for Jordan Watkins, unfortunately, only to land with a high ankle sprain and will likely miss week one now. So the 49ers have found themselves in a really tough spot when it comes to wide receiver depth. Their current availability with wide receivers that can just get onto the field. They signed a wide receiver today in Malik Knowles. Um, Even their depth guys have been getting hurt. Equanimous St. Brown, who was released earlier this week with injury settlement. Um, it's just turning out to be a really unfortunate situation for the San Francisco 49ers. And again, week one is not that far away. Yes, their final preseason game is this Saturday against the Chargers. They get a week off, and then it's game week. And they're flying up to Seattle. So it's going to be an interesting one, man. It's going to be really fascinating to see how they patch this 53-man roster together. This is going to be one of the more intriguing 53-man roster cut downs that I've seen in a while, for the simple fact that half the guys that it feels like are going to make the roster are already hurt. So who's going to come in and fill in for these injured players? I think that is the most important question. But you guys let me know what you think about this in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.